Iran's new supreme leader is wounded, likely disfigured, and according to the US Defense Secretary, scared. Meanwhile, the US has now hit 15,000 targets in 2 weeks. And to fix the oil crisis, America just quietly lifted sanctions on Russia. Let's start with the scale of what is happening, because the numbers are almost impossible to understand. The US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stood at the Pentagon today and said the US and Israel have now struck more than 15,000 separate targets inside Iran since this war began. 15,000. He said, and I want you to hear his exact words. Never before has a modern, capable military been so quickly destroyed and made completely useless in battle. He also said Iran's missile attacks have dropped 90%. Its drone attacks down 95%. Iran is nearly out of weapons to fire back. His word for what America is doing to Iran? Decimating. The world has never seen anything like this. Now here is your second hook, and this one is huge. Hegseth revealed today that Iran's brand new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, the man who just took over from his father who was killed on day 1, is himself wounded from the very first strike 2 weeks ago. Likely disfigured. And scared. Think about that. The man now in charge of Iran's military, its nuclear program and its entire government, is injured, hiding, and unpredictable. Remember, Israeli intelligence already warned he could run to build a nuclear bomb at any moment. Now let's talk about the American lives being lost, because this is not getting enough attention. 11 US soldiers have now been killed in this war. The latest 4 died when a military refueling plane crashed in western Iraq on Thursday night. The military ruled out enemy fire, but 4 young Americans are still dead. A French soldier named Arnaud Frion was also killed by a drone in Iraqi Kurdistan. 6 more French soldiers were wounded, and for the 3rd time in just 10 days, NATO shot down an Iranian missile flying over Turkey. The same NATO alliance where an attack on one member means an attack on all. Here is the part of this story that will make you angry. To fix the oil crisis his own war created, Trump quietly gave a 30-day permission for countries to buy Russian oil. The same Russian oil that had been banned because of the Ukraine war. Russia currently has 100 million barrels of oil sitting on ships at sea. Now it can all be sold. Germany's leader called this decision wrong. Britain's foreign secretary said Russia and Iran are working together to hijack the global economy. The Kremlin responded by saying American and Russian interests now coincide. Russia is winning this war without dropping a single bomb. Again. Now let's make this personal. Because this war is hitting your wallet right now. Oil is trading at $100 a barrel. 2 weeks ago it was $72. Trump promised prices would fall. They have not. In America, petrol is now $3.63 a gallon. That is 22% higher than when this war started. Diesel has gone up 30%, now nearly $5 a gallon. Every time you fill up your car, every time you buy food that was driven to a supermarket, you are paying for this war. And finally, one of the most remarkable images of this entire war happened in Tehran today. Thousands of Iranians took to the streets for Quds Day, a national protest day. They were chanting, "Death to America," waving flags. And right behind them, smoke rising from fresh explosions. Bombs falling while the marchers kept walking. In Lebanon, Israel struck near a university campus in Beirut and bombed a bridge used by civilians. Over 700 Lebanese people are now dead. In the UAE, the British Embassy warned its citizens that photographing any bomb damage could get them arrested or deported. 2 weeks into this war, and Trump is still giving completely opposite signals. One day he says it is almost over. The next day, his defense secretary announces the biggest strikes yet. When asked directly, Hegseth said, "Trump holds the cards." Only he decides when it stops. Day 14. 14 days. No ceasefire. No peace talks. No end in sight. Subscribe right now. Day 15 drops tomorrow.